The Shores of Hell was beginning to show signs of resistance with its difficulty, Deimos Lab being the most prominent example. But I think we've honed our skills enough and it's time to progress through the next episode in our quest to miss the point of playing Doom as it's intended, Inferno. Will it prove to be our sturdiest wall yet? Or will it crumble before us under the weight of our impressive arsenal consisting of friendly fire and off-screen swear words? If you're just coming here after watching The Shores of Hell, welcome back! I'm glad you're in it for the long haul. If you're not, I highly recommend you watch the first 2 episodes to get a glimpse for how these videos generally flow, and also to see just how I play the game and what my thought process is exactly. The rules are simple. We play every level on Ultra Violence from a pistol start, ending each level with 0% secrets or 100% secrets and levels without secrets, and as many kills as possible, ideally 100%. After all, what good is a no secrets run if you just run past everything? I play on Xandronum with Gravis Ultrasound patches for the music. The Xbox music feels very nostalgic to me. With that out of the way, it's time to do what Bathory always told us to do, and enter the eternal fire. E3M1, Hellkeep. In my personal opinion, Doom is to video games as Slayer is to metal, and Inferno really sells it. It sells it so well, I think everyone in their right mind would buy it. But you know what I'm not gonna buy? These Keiko demons at the start. I get them to infight and go right for the shotgun and run back as quick as I can before the Keikos pin me down. I come back and all 3 imps are dead. That's neato. Going into this room, I decide to let the imps tear the Keiko apart a bit to save on shells, then I gun the Keiko down and go into this tight hallway to kill the Pinkies. This final room with a bunch of imps isn't hard by any means. We have so many bullets, they can't really overwhelm us. E3M1, Hellkeep, with 100% kills and 0% secrets, done in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. E3M2, Slow of Despair, or Slew of Despair if you're a degenerate. One of my favorites. It's a maze though, and we all know how I feel about mazes. Also, you can put this song in any level and it'll be perfect fit in my opinion. It's so good. What's not good though is the start of this level. There's not a lot of ammo near us, so we have to fend off a lot of enemies with just our pistol and the limited shotgun shells we have. There's stuff further in the maze, but I don't want to push for it just to get cornered and killed. This box of shotgun shells gives us lots of strength to work with though, as does this Berserk. And hey, look, it's the secret I disrespected in my first video. Moving on to the actual fingers of the hand, I start with this little barracks-looking area. I try to be clever with the closing wall, but I guess it's not in the mood for my BS today. The coming ambush does get me moderately low, but it's nothing too tricky. Next finger over, and aside from the fact we run out of shotgun shells, this section wasn't too bad either. In hindsight, I should have berserked these lost souls, but oh well. Moving into this supercharge triggers a secret, but we can kill the enemies in the room beyond all the same. Next finger reveals the cloud of lost souls guarding the exit. They mostly kill themselves. At this point, most of the level is done. After triggering the Keiko Demon trap, I remember there's a rocket launcher in this level, so I go get it to spend less time fighting Keiko Demons. I use the last rockets on these specters before leaving. E3M2, Slow of Despair, with 100% kills and 0% secrets, done in 6 minutes and 56 seconds. And yes, I know I structured that last sentence horribly. I'm not doing a second take. E3M3, Pandemonium. I'm not even going to say anything about this level yet, I just want to show you how this first attempt went. Yeah, I definitely messed up. Well, I mentioned Slayer earlier, and we got one of their best songs on display here in this level, Behind the Crooked Cross. If my first hilarious attempt wasn't obvious enough, my plan is to go for the shotgun first so I don't spend 3 centuries with the pistol, and this can sometimes truly be a test of patience, waiting for the right time to run in and grab it without taking insurmountable amounts of damage. With the few shotgun shells we have though, we win this fight with a double kill no less. Still have to do some pistol infighting though. Most people might disagree, but this song is one of the reasons I use the Gravis music patches. Just give this riff a listen with these instruments. Going down this right hallway from the starting point, this side hallway counts as a secret as soon as we step into it, so there's a lot of stuff locked off to us. I couldn't tell if this lamp was a lost soul or not, so I kinda just stood there for a while to see if it was moving. I could be wrong, I saw the light warping around the wall, but I don't think it was a lost soul, I think it was just a lamp. There's really not much else of note. The area with the BFG and supercharge are considered secrets, so those are off limits, but this invulnerability sure isn't. I decided to go a little crazy bones and save on ammo and berserkless punch this Keiko a little bit, but I didn't want to be surrounded when it wore off, so I abandoned it. Also, these two sidewalls count as secrets, so we get the kills without the secret credit. E3M3 Pandemonium with 80% kills and 0% secrets done in 5 minutes and 46 seconds. 57 kills out of 71. E3M4 House of Pain. 2 levels in a row with instant pinky starts. Yikes. But we do have an instant rocket launcher, which I do this with. Double yikes. There's 4 pinkies in the room to the right, and I rocket most of them down, mopping up the rest with a shotgun. When the smoke clears, I carefully move into the other room, making sure I don't take damage. There's a berserk in the room beyond, so I grab it and start punching. The teleporting noise gets on my nerves pretty quick, so I retreat to kill the specters like a big baller shot caller. The Keiko demons in these cages aren't so bad. They can still hit you, but if you're careful, that shouldn't really happen. In the room with the, I guess, infinitely tall crushers that reach to the heavens, I try to use the barrels and Keiko infighting to my advantage, and honestly kind of waste this invulnerability doing nothing with it. But I got the hookup, though. I didn't have to use ammo, so I still have a decent amount going into the marble hallways. There's more than meets the eye with this stim pack, as a monster closet opens up behind us, giving us plenty of ammo to work with going forward. This Keiko demon ambush can be kind of spicy if you're unlucky, but I got through it okay. 4 lost souls and a Baron guard the blue key, nothing to worry about. I remember that I picked up a berserk, and I get the idea that it's time to clean house, since they might aim the fireball the other direction from where I'm trying to punch, and... well... That was not a smart decision. I go back for some health, and I very, very narrowly escape this crusher. That was a real shock to the system. This section behind the wall counts as a secret, which sucks because those rockets would be amazing help right now. I decide it's time for another beatdown, so I switch to the Berserk and punch these imps, pinkies, and this Baron. He socks me with a vicious fireball, and I grab the supercharge, deciding I don't want to risk it. I did, however, forget how this door works because I'm stupid, but I eventually get it, punching everything out. I remember there was a green armor I didn't grab, so I go and get it, decrowding the room everything was in. Another invulnerability, which means it's time for big punchies once again. On the final stretch now, there's a lot of medkits here on this damaging floor, but I'd rather not fight on it if I can avoid it. I wake up the Baron and Keiko Demon and advance forward, but the Baron is marching right towards me, and I'm trying to get them to infight, and despite the Keiko fireballs he just doesn't care about the Keiko behind him and wants a slurp of me. So I almost get cornered trying to kill him, but he goes down. Those really were unexpected results, but they gave me a few hard lessons. No pain, no gain, after all. By the way, did you know they're still making new episodes of Tyler Perry's House of Pain? E3 and 4, House of Pain with 100% kills and 0% secrets, done in 11 minutes and 30 seconds. E3 and 5, Unholy Cathedral. This is probably my favorite Ultimate Doom level out of all 4 episodes. It was the introduction to Hell levels for me because of the title screen demos, and I remember being fascinated not only with the music, which is still one of my favorite tracks to this day, but also just the atmosphere this level brings. There's 3 paths in the beginning of the level. I decide to start with the leftmost one, of course having to pistol a pinky down. I start the fight with the imp room just to realize there was a surprise lost soul in the secret next to me that I didn't know about. That was a bit close for how many enemies there were. I decide to teleport to the central room and pick up some ammo. There's the 4 central monster closets. All 4 of them are secrets, so we can't go in any of them, but they all have enemies in them, so we gotta open them all. The flashing teleporter takes us to this reverse pinky ambush, which has a berserk, so it's time for more big punchies. This side slime room with the imp counts as a secret, but the imp has legs and can just walk to me. The enemies in this room are deaf, so I have to go trigger them and then kill them. I'd rather not infight on the damaging floors if I can help it, but it turns out I can't help it. Second monster closet opened, and it reveals some Keikos. Going back to the same room we were at, we open the side room with the blue key and back out to avoid the lost souls and kill the ambush Baron instead. He almost gets me cornered, but dies before he can do any irreversible damage. For some reason, only the rocket launcher counts as a secret, and the rest of the openings don't, so everything else is fine to grab. I got to this door and made a big boy mistake. It's considered a secret, so I knew I couldn't go past it, but I didn't know the door behind it couldn't be opened without pressing the switch, and I get trapped inside, so I have to trigger the secret and void the run. Second try and I kill this lost soul before starting the fight with the imps. A decision I probably shouldn't have made because I have to punch a lot of imps now, as opposed to the infighting I could have done. I touched on most of the level during the first attempt, and this isn't really a level that has that strong of an RNG mechanic, especially because you have a berserk, so there's no real need to change your strategy. I tried to clear this room out like in the demo, but that starts going terribly, so I decided to back out and start another fight in the central room. This attempt goes horribly wrong when I try to dodge these attacks here and accidentally back into a secret area. Oops. On my third try, I try a lot more infighting, which kind of works, but almost gets me killed. Once again, there's really nothing exciting or dramatic about this level, so it all goes very similarly up until this point here where I failed the first attempt. I have all 4 central rooms cleared, and I'm a lot better prepared with the knowledge that that door will close on me and can't be opened from the other side without triggering the secret. Knowing that, I bump the door open with my head, quickly open the opposite door, then run back and lure the pinkies to me so I can kill them. However, this takes a while. They're not very smart, so they'll just run across the door usually rather than towards me. I stay put for a while, making sure all of the pinkies are actually dead, and when I'm sure, I move over to the exit room for the last fight in the map. I couldn't remember if this door required the yellow key or not, so I made sure before going in. I start berserk punching the pinkies, but then I decide to have fun with the BFG they give us. It'll be a long while before we get another one to use. Once that fight's done, I have one enemy left to kill, and at first, I think they just didn't teleport in, whoever it was, but it was all clear. I'm completely lost as to where or who this enemy could be, so I start checking everywhere. Back at the start of the level for a stray imp, back here for a pinky locked behind this door, back to the central room for a stray lost solar pinky, but everything's empty. Is it an enemy locked behind a secret I can't get? I'm not sure. I check the exit just in case, but they're not there either. I go into this red room to see, remembering there was a secret in here, and there was an imp in this secret blocking a rad suit. With him dead, we're done. E3M5 Unholy Cathedral with 100% kills and 0% secrets, done in 12 minutes and 6 seconds. E3M6 Mount Erebus. Good old Fire Blue killing my eyeballs. I decided to clear this opening room out early just for the added difficulty because this level kind of overstocks you on ammo. I get clocked by a Keiko demon from behind, so I have to get a bit creative with my routing here so I don't get killed. The room is starting to get flooded with Keikos, so I want to get this box of shotgun shells, but this Keiko's blocking it. I'm starting to get surrounded, so I'm trying to be agile so I don't get killed, but I get out okay. The lava in this level ticks for 20 damage without armor, so I obviously don't want to spend much time in it. This room with the backpack isn't so bad. I decide to shoot this Keiko through the gap in the wall, so I'm not in any real danger. I take advantage of the rat suit to go across to a few islands and grab some resources. Then I grab this invulnerability and go John Madden on this wave of demons with the rocket launcher. You can very briefly see that I got penetration ticked in this lava. If you're not aware, there exists an approximate 2 or 3% chance that any damaging floor will just damage you anyway, despite the fact you have a rad suit. I'm going to call this a force tick, because I feel very uncomfortable having called it a penetration tick. Going into this little corner of the center area reveals 2 monster closets which are easily cleared, and I decide to save this invulnerability for later. Down in this little cellar, we take this teleporter as the other teleporter leads to a secret and is unusable. There's a cloud of lost souls unleashed, and it sounds like a crowd cheering for me picking the right teleporter. I very nearly obliterated myself with this rocket when this lost soul charged at me. That was a little bit spooky. Yet another Suck Spectre here. I was gonna berserk punch him, but I didn't want to take extra damage for it, so I decided to just kill him normally. I used my last rocket on these Keikos and then shotgun them down. We have more than enough ammo to finish the level up. After killing them all, I realize I'm missing 4 enemies. I spent some time looking around for them, and I surmise they're trapped in a monster closet we can't open because we have to trigger a secret for it, so we're good to exit. However, it is technically possible to trigger the secret exit without triggering the secret itself by landing on top of the box holding the secret in place. I decided that because of this, the secret level in Inferno is required to finish the challenge. E3M6 Mount Erebus with 96% kills and 0% secrets done in 8 minutes and 54 seconds. 122 kills out of 126. E3M9 Warrens. Warrens is basically a copy of Hellkeep, so I won't go over the beginning details much. We handled everything exactly the same way. However, these imps really did a number on this Keiko demon. Like, watch this entire fight. It's ridiculous. They even killed each other right at the end. Unbelievable. Walking over the original exit reveals the level for what it is. our second Cyber Demon battle, and I decided to make it fun and interesting by using the partial invisibility and dodging the invulnerability to make the fight harder. And on the first rocket salvo, he absolutely trashes me with a max damage rocket. Unbelievable. Our second try with the Cyber Demon, and I tried the same tactic again, and maybe this time I won't get destroyed by bad luck. The fight goes pretty well. We kill him just before the invisibility wears off, and we get to go John Madden with the invulnerability for a little bit. Right as it wears off, we're able to pick up another one, so the John Maddening continues. Our second accessible BFG on the WAD is here, but with only 3 shots, we'll have to make them count. Just kidding, we're gonna just use them on the first set of enemies and chain gun the rest. I got pretty careless here and took some splash damage from my own rockets, so I try to be careful with these Barons, but the BFG and Supercharge, it's no big deal. E3 of 9 Warrens with 100% kills and 0% secrets done in 6 minutes and 19 seconds. E3 of 7 Limbo. Limbo gets a pretty aggressive start with 4 shotgunners looking right at you. You can't really get through it without taking some damage. A lot of Pinkies and 2 Keikos at the beginning. We don't really have the resources to sustain infighting in this tight little room, and I get trapped anyway, so I need to shotgun them all down. This rocket launcher and supercharge is a secret, as is this little monster closet next to it, so I try to spark some monster infighting to save on ammo because we don't have a whole lot of it to go around. But if we can get these enemies killed, that'll actually be most of the enemies in the level killed, so it's the only real fight we have to do, aside from the opening one. Trying to get Pinkies to fight any moving thing is an absolute nightmare, by the way. One of the Keikos dies, though, and then 2 Pinkies die immediately after. I try to keep this Pinky in place so that Keiko will shoot him, but he is just so patient and waits to get closer before attacking. Once this Pinky dies, I start attacking the rest so then we can move on with our lives. One of the Pinkies escaped and was just chilling near the start, so we gun him down. 29 enemies killed out of 47 so far, not much to go. I decide to fight this Baron on the elevator because it looked nice and dramatic, and now we go on to this room with the 2 Keikos trapped up in their little sniper's nest. One of the Keikos from up ahead sneaks up and tries to clock me, but I guess I'm plugged into the Matrix and just saw it coming. I do run out of pistol ammo, though, so it starts to get interesting. This path to the right has a secret BFG in it, which we can't get, but there's a shotgunner we can beat down for a shotgun. With these 15,000 rad suits, we'll be okay for the rest of the level, so I press onward, praying I don't get force-ticked and losing all my health. Even to this day, I still remember the order to go through all these doors in. This one here, kill the Lost Souls. Then this one to the left, the one next to it, the center room, and then this one here in its little alcove. The one in the Baron room counts as a secret, so it's locked off to us. E3M7 Limbo with 100% kills and 0% secrets done in 9 minutes and 3 seconds. E3M8 Dis. The original final battle. Much like Tower of Babel before it, this level has no secrets, so it's a regular kill the boss to win level. I decided to go around and grab all the ammo before facing the spider, which in hindsight was not the best idea. All damage taken is permanent, and the spider drains me of so much health, killing me before I can even start to damage her. On the second try, I decided to mitigate this damage by grabbing the Mega Armor first, then going around counterclockwise to draw the spider out, and hopefully get some infighting going. I'm successful, and we collect all our ammo, luckily getting another fight started. With all the ammo collected, I want to start one last fight with this Baron before using my ammo on her, but it's proving rather difficult at first. Eventually it goes, but the Baron gets torn apart pretty quickly. Now the fight can begin! I take pot shots from behind the corners with rockets, and when that runs out, I resort to the plasma gun, not needing many shots before she falls to the ground in a fiery inferno. And the original Doom has fallen. So far, the only level that really stood out as a blockade to us was Deimos Slab, and even then we eventually conquered that, spending less overall time on it than I originally thought we would. But of course, this is Ultimate Doom we're playing, so we have one more episode to finish, and Thy Flesh Consumed isn't exactly easy. With such bangers as Hell Beneath, Perfect Hatred, and Against Thee Wickedly in our path, this will most certainly be our toughest battle yet. Or will it be? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up so I know I'm doing the right thing. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to see future installments of this series, minute 1 that they're uploaded. If you super duper really enjoyed this video, leave a comment telling me about your favorite fruit and what makes it your favorite. That way, I'll know that you made it this far. Bye, friends!